Okay, so in order to work out the Ionian mode, or the same thing, the major scale of anything, you start on whatever note you start on, so let's say C, you just move up the order of tones and semitones that's in the major scale until you get to T. Now if you haven't seen my other major scale video, here's a link for it, or if you just want to work it out now, all you have is an order of tones and semitones, okay? So between C and D, you have a tone. Between D and E, you have another tone. Between E and F, a semitone. Between F and G, another tone. Between G and A, another tone. Between A and B, another tone. And between B and C, a semitone. And now watch that other full video to work out how that all works, but the same notes that are in a major scale are the same notes that's in an Ionian mode. Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to play the C major scale, and I'm going to show you how to play the C major scale on the 8th position of the neck. And I'm going to show you a 2-octave scale. Now if you don't know how to work out the C major scale, check out this other video I did before, and it'll give you all the tools you need to work out what notes are actually in the C major scale, and then you can take that sort of pattern of tones and semitones and then apply it to any other note to work out its major scale. So it's really easy to do, so go check out that video. And the other thing is the major scale, just the standard major scale, is actually the same tones and semitones as the Ionian mode. So if you know the Ionian mode already, you know the major scale, or if you learn this major scale now, then you'll actually know the C Ionian mode as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly what the frets are on the guitar neck, and I'm going to tell you the note names. And if you don't know how to work out what notes are in a major scale, specifically the C major scale, go ahead and watch this video that I've already done. Okay, but here goes. So we start off with our second finger on the 8th fret of the low E string. So that's the C's, that's our starting point, okay? Then your pinky on the 10th fret of the low E string. And then 7th fret of the A string, first finger. And then second finger on the 8th fret of the A string. Then pinky on the 10th of the A string. Then first finger on the 7th fret of the D string. Then third finger on the 9th fret of the D string. Then pinky on the 10th fret of the D string. Then first finger on the 7th fret of the G string. Then third finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Then pinky on the 10th fret of the G string. Then second finger on the 8th fret of the B string. Pinky on the 10th fret of the B string. First finger on the 7th fret of the high E string. And then second finger on the 8th fret of the high E string. And that's it. And now we'll do a close-up of the same thing. Of that same C major scale, we're going to start on the 8th fret of the low E string, and then we're going to go all the way up to the 8th fret on the high E string. So it's going to be a 2-octave scale, meaning we're going to go from one C all the way to another C and then end up on another C. Okay, so it's going to pass 2 octaves, and I'm going to play telling you the fret numbers first, and then I'll play the letter names. Okay, so here we go. So start off with the 8th fret on your second finger, 10th fret with your pinky, first finger on the 7th fret, second finger on the 8th, pinky on the 10th, first finger on the 7th, third finger on the 9th, pinky on the 10th, that's the first octave. Then going to go from the pinky, so the 10th fret of the D string. Okay, and then first finger on the 7th fret, third finger on the 9th fret, pinky on the 10th, then on the 8th fret of the B string, second finger, pinky on the 10th, first finger on the 7th fret, and then second finger on the 8th fret. And that's another C. So we've got one C on the 8th fret of the E string, another C on the 10th fret of the D string, and then the last C is down here on the 8th fret of the high E string. So if you just take that one pattern that we've played a million times now, of the C major scale, starting with your second finger on the 8th fret, so that's the C major scale because we're starting again on a C note. If you start that pattern on another note, then you'll get that corresponding scale. For example, if you start it on the 3rd fret of the low E string, on the G note, you'll get a G major scale. So exactly the same pattern. So that's now the G major scale, okay? So now with that one pattern, you actually know all the scales. So that's it for this C major video. So once you know that pattern, just keep playing it over and over again, but play it in different positions, just moving up or down the fretboard, but always starting with that same pattern, and then you've got all the major scales just under your fingertips. Now playing that one pattern can be quite limiting, so in other videos I'll go on to showing you different patterns and how you work and play the same scale all over the neck, rather than being boxed in. But for now, it's good just to learn that one pattern. Now if you don't understand how we worked out the notes to work out the actual major scale, go back and watch my other video. It's really important because all the other scales and then modes that we will look at all relate back to working out the major scale, okay? And if you have any problems or you can't work it out, just send a comment on either this video or the other video, and I'll try and get back and help you as much as I can. Well done guys, lots more scales and chord theory and everything like that coming up. Okay, bye.